Because Satu and Alyssa, was there a point in that second half where you guys felt like we've got control of this game? I mean, it was tough being down 16. Was there any point where you thought that you really thought that you'd taken control back again, or any certain play?
I felt that way at halftime once Nate really gave us some heat. We're confident. We're confident in us, and we've been battling all season long, so you can't give up a basketball game if you're down whatever. And I believed at halftime, and that's what we did.
Nate said we should ask you guys how much heat you got at halftime.
He did.
Was that a huge heat compared to other games?
It was appropriate for what we did that first time.
Yeah.
AT, will you tell us what you said to Fee near the end? When there was
It's nothing important.
I figured you wouldn't tell us, but I wanted to ask anyway. What was said during the blood timeout? Because that kind of seemed to be a turning point in the game when there was that long pause to deal with the ball and getting the blood off of you and all that.
I don't remember. Sorry.
Nah, I didn't either, honestly.
I think, like, to your guys' point about momentum swings and changes, Kat was huge for us. Kat came in and gave us incredible minutes. She hit huge shots. And I feel like that really, like, we all lifted. We lifted defensively. We got stops. I think at one point we cut it with her on the floor. We cut it to about 6 or 8. And that, to me, was the moment where it was like, all right, like, this, like, we're on here. We've got this. So I think Kat was the huge part of that.
Sammy, it was said on broadcast that you put up at least 15,000 practice shots in your practice facility this year.
It's 20,000.
Ooh.
It's incredible.
Does a shot like that feel like a payoff for all the unseen hours of hard work that you put in?
Yeah, I was joking. Like, 20,000 for one shot, like it's for these moments. Obviously, I would love to shoot a better percentage. I'd love to make, all my shots, all of that, but I feel like it shows up in moments like that, in those big moments. And so, yeah, I'm super proud of that. But again, I'm super proud of my team. Like, Saw didn't have to make that extra pass. She did. AT gets that huge O board after I just, like, airballed a 3, and they still trust me to make that shot. But it's why I do that. It's why I'm in the gym doing that shooting. I might not shoot or make a huge impact in games, but if I get that one shot, I can knock it down. I've done my job.
That kind of led into what my question was going to be, which is, Sammy, what did you see? Nate said you kind of saved his butt on that last play with that last shot and everything, but all 3 of you guys were involved. What was the POV for all of you in just that last chaotic play?
Well, we thought something else was going to happen, so credit Saw. She recognized they weren't doing what we anticipated they were going to do, and we had kind of a backup action that we wanted to run if they didn't. So we ran into that. And I probably took a shot a little bit too fast, but like I said, we were prepared for a shot, so we crashed, we rebounded, and then it was like, Kyle kicked to Saw kicked to me, a hard closeout shot, and I think, we, like I said, we all trust each other to knock those down and take those shots.
Alyssa, Nate said that you were the most competitive person that he has been around and worked with, dating back to days that he'd be in his dad's high school gym. It's kind of a silly question, but where does that competitive fire come from? And especially now, 12 years into your career, you're still out there, John on the court, you have that little smile, that grin on your face. Where does all of that come from still?
Yeah, I mean, it started with my parents as a kid. Any win that we had, whether it was trouble, Candyland, we had to earn our win. So for me, when I would get a win against them, it was exciting, but this is what it's all about. I mean, we play the whole season for playoffs, and moments like this, it's definitely a moment that we'll never forget. And for me, I want to win. I've been chasing the championship for a long time, and I think this is our time.
Sammy, going back to your point on Kat, what sort of things have you seen her do behind the scenes to really improve from Game 1 against New York to now?
Yeah, I mean, she is someone that is, in the gym doing the extra stuff as well. She watches film. She's fantastic at, I think, seeking feedback and really, implementing it as well. But she's just someone that's really locked in and ready to go. She understands, I think, the importance of her minutes and her role, even though it might be a little bit smaller than it was early in the season. I think she really values the impact that she can bring, and, obviously we value that. So I think she's just done a great job, I think, as the season has gone on, at adapting to whatever that role looks like and being really impactful.
Sydney on Zoom.
Hi everyone. Nate mentioned earlier that this is your 4th game in 7 nights. Can you please share your thoughts on the WNBA formatting for the playoffs and how you prepare mentally and physically for this best of 5 semifinal and a potential best of 7 WNBA final?
Yeah, look, it's tough. It's not ideal, but it is the playoffs, as you said. We're not going to make any excuses. We're prepared for it. I think it's something that should be looked at moving forward, absolutely. But we're not here to make excuses. We're here to win.
Steven?
Hey y'all, for Alyssa and Sammy, I talked with y'all earlier this season about just the kind of kinship you all have shared on the floor, and y'all spoke to having wanted to play together for a long time. Is this kind of what y'all envision? Not necessarily the comeback, but just the big time plays at meaningful moments of games on the playoff stage?
Yeah, definitely for me. I feel like most people think Sammy's just a shooter, but if you haven't watched her game over the years, whether it's overseas, she impacts the game in so many ways. She communicates to us out there. Her IQ is beyond levels of other players. So for me, it's just fun, being able to say one thing and her knowing what I'm thinking. So we just have a great chemistry out there, and a lot of times she's just seeing what I'm seeing.
Aya, last question.
Hey guys, congrats on the win. I would like to ask about Monique Akoa-Makani's confidence that she's been building through the playoffs. When she made some of these points in the third quarter, how much confidence do you have in her?
Yeah, we have confidence in her no matter what. We want her to shoot those shots. We're constantly in her ear telling her to be aggressive. We're a better team when she is. But beyond the shot making, she's a fantastic defender for us. And I think her growth throughout the course of this year has been incredible as well. But yeah, for sure, I was so proud of her for taking those shots because they were huge shots for us and we needed her to be aggressive.